Hello, what is the best way to manage risk when building a stock watch list? Well, the best way to manage that risk is to pick quality stocks to add to your watch list to begin with, because we do not set stop loss when we purchase stocks. So therefore, we want stocks, quality stocks in the watch list to swing trade from. If we end up purchasing it at a higher price and the price drop because the value line we chose to buy at is now what the stocks want to lean on as a value line and goes down, we might just remain in the trade until it turns back up and start going up. Or if there is another value line below, we might buy some share, and then when it start going up and surpass both two areas that we purchased and continue going up, and we start seeing profit and it reach all-time new high, we are comfortable with the profit we accumulated, then we can sell it. So for that reason, is crucial to have a curated watch list to swing through from throughout the year. And it is a learning process. By having that list is not error proof. As you are buying those stocks, you'll identify stocks that are working well with the strategy you are using, and stocks that are not working well with the strategy you are using, and you'll keep flagging the one that you want to take out because they are not compatible with your strategy, and later you'll take them out and replace them with a new one that you can test as well. So you cannot change the stocks, you can change your strategy. But instead of changing your strategy, it's good to find stocks that work well with that strategy. If you understand the strategy and you like to swing through using that strategy, your goal will be to find stocks that work well with that strategy. We use long uptrend and swing trading strategy. Therefore, growth stocks that have growth at the valley and have growth at the top of the mountain of the charts are the type of stocks we like to swing trade. So therefore, we want to find stocks that respect their valley and keep growing taller and taller toward the present. So with that in mind, let's analyze few stocks here to see if they are good to be added to our 2026 watch list, whether they are short-term investment or can be traded within a year or two. PLD. For that, we are going to use maximum monthly chart with the date on the x-axis from the past to the present and the price on the y-axis from 0 up. PLD. So when we look at PLD, we want to see growth at the valley. So that means we should be seeing higher lows at the valley. And we like to connect the first two possible and see if there is some others that are connecting to it. And sometimes it might mean you might have to go across some of them if that will allow you to touch base with multiple, because it's not just a tiny line, it's an area. And it seems that this stocks is respecting a long valley line. So let's see if we have higher mountain top. So there is, it started high and then pull back quite a bit and then start from there. So it took some years, decade even, because every valley line is a year before it was able to breach this top. From that on, about 2 years or a year and a half or so, it went higher and then pulled back and did it again, and from there pretty much we have 2 years type of growth. It pulled back and within a year reach another high here and continue, and it continued all the way during the pandemic. We have quite a bit of growth, and now it took a while to come down and it's on its way up. but because of the growth here, it's having problem breaching it. It will get there, but it's nowhere near it. So it's going sideways here for a while, pull back and start going up. So it could well reach it, but we just don't know when. As we look at those past few years, it's barely, trying to, it didn't really come down here, so we can just say it is on its way down. So it took some years to come down and now start going up. With that in mind, we could say that well, we don't really have anything to rely on to see if it's going to breach it, but there is a chance it might. It touch base with it and start going up from there. So when we are looking at it, this will be one that I'm not sure how long it's going to take for it to be able to exceed this highest peak, but it could well exceed it. And here, this growth was around the previous recession. In fact, during the previous recession, it pulled back and then started from there. With this though, I will say that since it touched base with that value line and start going up from there, if you like these stocks, you can buy some share because it's not too far from the value line, and see if when it's going to breach this. Or you do not add it to your value line, you do not add it to your watch list. You keep another year, you can observe it again to see how far it did within a year and so forth, and make a decision based on that. So for that reason, we are going to just let it be. It's not a bad stock per se, but it has quite a bit of growth here that it needs to be able to excel it. And once it broke that, it should be able to move forward from there. So for that reason, we can just let it be, do its things, but it has a good growth at the valley line. There. So we are not going to add this to our watch list just yet, and we are just going to let it be for now. So I put a good chart there, and I'm just going to remove it and let it be. The next one is ARE. So ARE, we like to to create our value line, and when we see this, we'll notice that it breached it and went below it. So if you are going to trade this, it's going to be an horizontal value line, and a horizontal value line is going to be somewhere here. It will be where you will be willing to buy at, because if it can go up like this and then pull back down to it, you might want to buy it that low. When you will find it that low, I'm not entirely sure it's there now. And because we don't buy at an horizontal value line, we prefer not to add it. For that reason, because it's not respecting an uptrend line value line, the answer is no. So the next one we are going to analyze is CSGP. So we can trade some value lines here. And let's see the mountain. Yeah, it's getting taller and taller and taller. And it was again around 2022 it reached all-time high. It almost breached it here, but was not able to, and pull back, went up, was not able to, and start pulling back again. So I think it should be able to breach that high because it's it got close to it, so it should be able to breach it. So this time is close to this valley line. It went below it, and I don't know if it's going to go all the way here or if it's going to leave here and start going up from it. But I think this could be one to add to the watch list. It tried to breach that level, and I think it should be able to breach it. So for that reason, with this higher low at the valley and having higher high at the mountain, and this, even though having all-time new highs some years in the past is a no-no for me for previous year watch list creation, but I think it should be able to breach it. And buying it, at the valley line is the key as well, so that you don't get in at a higher price. And right now it breached a little bit, and if you're interested, you can get a share of it. It's $67 now, and just keep it in the portfolio and keep observing it to see what it's going to do. It can get well past $100. So for that reason, we will say yes for this one to add it to a watch list, and we can copy it and add it to our watch list here. And go back. So the next one is CBRE. CBRE, we have those lands that we like to buy at. Let's see if we can activate this one and extend it. And we have this one, we can activate it as well. I think it can originate it from there. And so we have those two we like to rely on when it comes to the valley line, and the valley line is higher lows there, and the mountain top is getting taller and taller. So yes, for this one to be in 2026 watch list, and we like to buy at either one of those two valley lines, which one he used to rest on to start going up from there. So yes for this one. The next one is AVB. So AVB, let's trace some lines here. If we start from here, let's see. Here it crossed it down a little bit during the pandemic of 2008. But other than that, it seems to be respecting this line. So let's see what the mountains are. So it exceeded here some years past, pull down a little bit, but didn't touch base with this, and continue higher up and pull back around the 2020, and then exceeded and pull back, went up, got a little bit close but not quite, and pull back. So we do have higher highs, and I don't think this end is too big of a mountain that it cannot climb up. It should be able to. So for that reason, I think it should be able to. And right now is around this valley line. To buy this is going to be around this valley line, and right now is around that valley line. And yes, we can add it to 2026 watch list. And we can go to maximum daily chart to see it. Yeah, it's pretty much touch base with it, went up and start going back down again. So it's right there around that valley line. And yes, for 2026 watch list, and we can add it to the one that are around the valley line. That can be purchased now. We can add it to it. The next one is EQR. Okay, so let's trace some lines here. Why not? You can start from here. Again, this one is respecting this line. cross it here in 2028-9, but it seems to be respecting this line. So let's see the valley line, the top of the mountain is getting taller. But for some reason it tends to come down to this valley line when there is a pandemic or is it a recession or something. So, and then it went higher up after that and pulled back. Still, it has not exceeded there yet and pulled back there to the valley line. So we have higher highs at the top excuse me, and it has not breached this yet. So, but it's at the valley line. I will say yes for this one, but those will be more like a short-term investment as well as the previous one that we just analyzed. So it'll be, because when you purchase it, it might be something you hold on to after it reached a new high and decided to sell, but it could take a while to reach that new high. But it has a very solid valley line that is been pulling back to, and since it's right there, we can get some share. So this one will be a short-term investment, and this one will be a short-term investment as well. EQR. Another one we are going to analyze is MAA. So MAA, let's trace some lines here. No, let's see if it started from here. Let me keep it like that. No, that'll be too much into it. And let's start it from here. That will be that, but I don't want that because it took quite a bit of years before it activate that. And let's move it. I think that will be more like it, because this one it just pull lower. So, and right now it is there. So that is an uptrend at the valley. Let's see the mountain. So it's reaching a taller mountain often, pull back here, and did that. During the 2022 though, it went so high and pull back and pull back. So we don't know how long it's going to take for that to exceed this previous high. The good news is when it pull back to the valley line, it pull back to it at a higher level. For instance, it pulled back here a year prior, and when it pull back again, you see the price corresponding to 116. Right now where it is now is 130. So pull back at a higher level. When you purchase it at the valley line and you are waiting to sell it after a new high is reached, if it does not reach it and pull back, you are still going to be positive in it. So we are seeing growth at the valley line. Just in case it pull back to the valley line after an extended period of time like a year, you are still going to be positive in that trade you originally purchased around the valley line. That's why we want growth at the valley line by having higher lows, making an uptrend in valley line, and then having higher highs at the top, showing a growth in the stock as well. So yes, for this one, but it's going to be a short-term investment because we don't know when it's going to breach this all-time high. So we are going to put a short-term investment, and right now is right at one of the valley line. So if we go back, where we will want to buy is going to be both valley lines. So we are going to trace this one and trace this one as well. And right now is at one of the two. So we are going to go here and we are going to put MAA. And for those three though that we are today, short-term investment, It's just a note. We like to add it there to have that in mind. So this concludes how we are doing our chart analysis to gather stocks that we are going to, to purchase at the value line and sell it after the peak is reached. And we can, look here to see, for instance, we have these stocks, GIB. We purchased it in 2024 for 115, and we have not sold it yet. No, I think we sold it. We sold it in January. So let's pick, let's pick one that we purchased. We have not sold it yet, and I think that will be L.L.C. So L.L.C, we purchased it in 2024 March, and we purchased it again a year later for that amount, and we have not sold either one. As is how we manage our risk. It's all about believing the stocks we purchase is going to be around for a while and just keep holding on to it. So if we go to maximum daily chart, where we like to buy stock and sell, do our analysis for those, we purchased it 2024 March around that area, and it pulled back, and start going up. We purchased it again there, but it was not enough. We have arrows facing upward, shows where we purchased, and it pulled back and start going up from there. So we became negative at some point in this one as well, and then start going up, and we became positive. So right now the price is somewhere here. So we are positive in this one, but we are negative in this one. So yeah, but because it touched base with that value line, we think it's going to be, claiming the top for a while. So we are in the trade for both of them. Even though we are positive in this one and negative in this one, we are not selling it. We are keeping both until it breach this all-time new high, and we can compare it. Last time it left this value line, it continued for about a year and a half before it was done. Therefore, from this value line, like in April 2025, we will anticipate it could continue going higher and higher, maybe until June 2026 or so. So we want to stay in the trade for that long. So that is, how, to the extent we manage our risk. We try to curate our watch list, that we have good stocks to trade, so that if we buy it too high, pay it too high price for it, we just let it be until it comes back up and become positive, and continue going up from there until we decided to sell because we are satisfied with the profit we accumulated in it. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We thank you very much for your time. Thank you for all your comments, and thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. And this is the criteria we use to pre-select stocks to create our master watch list that you and I analyze today. And from here, we'll analyze again to see if we are finding good stocks to create our watch list. And for today, for among the one we analyze, 2 didn't make it, and those are good, but those last 3 will be more like an investment, that because it could take years for us to sell it. We can buy it now, but it could take some years before we sell them. So thank you so much. We thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiabi Liberman, kudos of Liberman Consulting, L.L.C YouTube channel, and NASDAQ.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. We organize online a small online workshop, small group online workshop, where you can practice analyzing stocks to see if any is well positioned for you to purchase. If you are interested, will you please check the link in the description of this video or our online store liberdownload.com to reserve a spot. And the next workshop is next Saturday coming up, and today is Wednesday, so in a few days. Thank you so much for your time. For more tips on how to create your own watch list, will you please check the playlist in the description of this video. Thank you so much for your time.